Hey everyone, how you doing? I wanted to make a quick video. No Man's Sky, Hello Games just released a huge update called Orbital, and they did a lot of cool stuff. They have the space stations are all updated. They look really dope, and basically in this update, they now finally, after how many years, finally you can customize and build your own ship. And I want to talk a little bit about how to get the ship pieces and exactly how the whole ship building process works, because I was a little confused. Shout out to Jason Plays. He's a great No Man's Sky YouTuber. He's always in a great mood. I love it. So we just warped to a space station. So this is what the space stations look like now. They are very different. Hello Games completely overhauled the space stations. Now, whenever you're in a space station, you'll have a giant sign to let you know that's who dominates this system. This is the new space station, and everything is still here. All of your scrap people, your upgrades, everything is all still here. It's just a little different. There isn't much to see. It's very similar. It's just they just changed some things, right? So this is where you go to do your exosuit. That's all the same. This over here is your weapons. It's the same, but a little different. You land your ship on one of these platforms just as always, and right behind here, you are literally just going to come all the way back here. Now, you got your appearance modifier, but this is what we call the Starship Fabricator. To use this thing, basically when you come up to it, this is what it's going to look like. There's 4 different parts of the ship that you can customize. You can customize a fuselage, the type of reactor it's going to have, the wings, and the thrust. When you first go into here, I know I have mine are, highlighted, but you'll see when you come in, they're all just going to be dark like this. I basically thought you had to research them just like any other thing, right? Any other blueprint, you usually have to get the blueprints for something, and then you're able to build it. I'm going all around the space station. I'm running around the anomaly trying to figure it out. So basically, what you have to do, the way that you get these different ship pieces is you have to scrap starships. Every time that you scrap a starship, it will give you the option to grab some of those pieces. All right, so I just bought this ship. So now this is my ship. I absolutely hate it. But let's say I liked the cockpit, I liked the wings, whatever, right? So you're going to come back here to that same area. What you're going to do is you're going to basically, just as you would before, you're going to sell your ship the same sort of way, but there is a little bit of a difference you're going to do here. So you're going to come up to the Starship Outfitting, and what you're going to do, it gives you all the same options, where to find upgrades, upgrade your starship, but you'll see there's an option that says Begin Salvage Analysis. Salvage Analysis. I can't talk. And you can scrap it, get the money, or you can extract a customizable module. When I first saw this, I thought, oh, wow, okay, so if I see a ship and I really like a couple of the pieces, I can throw it in this thing and grab those pieces. And it's not quite like that. Hello Games has set it up to where you can only salvage one piece, one part. So for example, in this situation, it gives me it usually will give you 3 different options. You can either grab the hull, the cockpit, or either the wings or the engine. And in this case, it's just saying either the hull or the left or the right wing. Now, once I grab one of those, the ship is gone. I get that piece. I'll show you here. So let's say we want the hull. It'll say that it's confirmed. The ship is gone, and you're awarded with the hull, which is right here. And it's actually a piece of inventory, which I thought was an odd choice, but at the same time, it makes sense, because if you're going to build your own ship, you're going to have those pieces. So then, when you come over to the Starship Fabricator, and in our case, let's say we chose a hauler, because that was... And you can choose all different types. They have fighter, explorer, hauler. So I was kind of just going through these, and I cannot find the hauler that we just grabbed. The only one that has it is the explorer. You'll see it says here, hull. So you're going to have to, depending on the type of piece you have, it's going to then depend on the type of ship. So when you click on hull, you'll see everything is grayed out except the one hull that we have. And once you press it, it'll load it in for you, and you can then continue with the rest of these to build a ship. So I actually have a few pieces that I've grabbed from different ships that I personally have liked. So let me build a ship here. Let's say we want, I know I got a few of these. I've spent some time grabbing these, but let's say I liked the Omega fuselage, so you could put that in. And then for a reactor, let's say the S-class wings, we'll do those. It looks like you can't choose each wing. They're both just one. And then for the thruster, we'll choose this one. So once you choose all the pieces, then the fun starts. Then, I mean, they really went all out with the customization, man. You can, first of all, you can change your paint style, which is pretty dope. I like that. Have more of a metallic feel. And then go crazy with the colors, you know? Just pick, you know, and go through them, see which ones you like. One thing I'm noticing, black is not an option, which is interesting. You know, it's coming to think of it, I've never seen a spaceship with black pieces, so maybe they just don't allow those in the game. Maybe because if you were flying a black ship in space, it would disappear because the space is black, although in this game, a lot of the time, the solar systems are different colors, so I don't know. So that's just one thing to keep in mind, no black. I don't know what's up with that. And then once you are ready, let's say I like red. Because I was thinking, you know, because I didn't do the expedition to get the golden vector. And I was thinking, oh, this might be a way to make the golden vector. But I guess you can't have a golden vector. Now, one thing I just noticed, if you're building your ship, and let's say you get it all where you want it, like I just did, if you swap over R1 or L1, you will lose everything. So for example, we just, you know, all the work we just did, if I go over and then go back, it completely erases everything you did. So just keep that in mind when you're using this. Don't press L1 and R1 once you've started building your ship. So let's say we put a couple of these different pieces on. It's just a test run. We're just kind of feeling it out, you know? And then, of course, we're going to change the paint style. I like the metallic. That's sexy. I really don't like that you can't have black. That's a little upsetting because I got to tell you, black is one of my favorite, I was going to say colors. It's not really a color. All right, let's do this. This is kind of something, right? So let's say we're good. Now you hold square to assemble. Insert additional components to finalize a design. Oh, it gave it a name, too. Frozen Prophecy. I like that. So then you proceed. And you can either, they give you the option, you can either swap it out with the ship you have, or you can just add it to your collection. And it also is an S-class. So just to keep in mind, whatever type of reactor core you put in is going to be the type of class that ship is. So if I put in an S-class, which is the only one I have, an S-class reactor, it immediately brings it to an S-class ship. So you can really go crazy with what kind of ship you want. The customization it's great. It's great for what it is because obviously you can choose your parts, you can choose what type of, you know, the color and all that and whether you want. And I'm sure they'll have additional paint styles over the updates. I'm pretty sure in the update they said that there's more to come, as there always is with this game. So yeah, so that's a little bit about how to build ships with this new ship fabricator. Just to keep in mind, keep it clear, the update did just come out. So this is all very new. Now that you know how this works and how to get pieces, I want to show you guys my method on how I was able to acquire as many pieces as I have. Now, one could argue that you could sit in a space station and wait for ships to show up and do it that way. And that's a great way. The only problem is a lot of the time you will start seeing not only the same ships in any given system, but you'll also get to a place where no ships show up at all. I don't know if it's a glitch, but I've ran into it where I'll be in a space station and no ships are coming in, and you're just alone. In this case, obviously, we do have a couple of ships, but as you see, they're the fucking same thing. So that's a problem you're going to run into no matter where you go. Even the method I'm about to show you, still you can run into this issue. So you could stand at a space station and wait, and that's all great. But as you see here, I don't know if it's something with the game, but the minute that the game thinks that you're waiting for a ship, it just stops giving you spaceships. Like there's some ships right there, right? You see them coming? There's one coming in. Okay, there is one coming. But a lot of the time, you'll be sitting around and there's no ships coming and you're like, oh my goodness. Or you'll run into this issue where you get the same ship. So I'm going to show you guys my method on how I've been acquiring all these different ship pieces. So I built this base. I did a base tour of this base. I don't know if it's up yet, but really nice base. And what I did is I actually built it right next to a trading post. The thing about the trading post, it's another issue that I've seen, same thing with the space stations, where when you're at the trading post, ships just stop showing up. And it's like, even if I'm standing out here and watching, I'll start to see ships not show up as much. So what I have to do is literally go into my base, pretend I'm doing something else, and then you'll hear the ships coming and you can look out and see what they are. Now, the reason that I think this is a great method is because you're right next to first of all, you're at your base, which your home, right? Which I like. But also, you are right next to a trading post where if there's a ship that you like, you can immediately go to it. So this is the method that I have. So I recommend building a base next to a trading post like this. And like I said, you may still run into the same issue where you're seeing the same ships. Let's say I see a ship that I really like. Oh, I want that cockpit, or I want that engine. What you're going to do is build a teleporter that goes from your base to the trading post. Now, you can't really do that. The game does not allow you to build a teleportation cable that long. So I actually had to build a couple teleporters to be able to pull this off. So let me show you. So then I can, oh, I like that ship. Let me go grab it. So what I do is I have a teleporter right here. And this teleporter, I wish it could teleport me to that teleporter down there, but it's too far. So I had it teleport me down there. And basically you walk out of that one, go into the other one, and it teleports you there. So let me show you. So basically all I got to do is teleport and then teleport. And then we're here. And some of you might wonder, well, why don't you just jump off your balcony and jetpack down? And that's a very viable way, and I actually do that when I'm coming here. But the problem is leaving, because here's the thing. What I do is hang up at my base, wait until I see a ship I like. When I see a ship I like, I jetpack down here, I buy the ship. Now, I do have almost $1 billion, so I do have the money to be able to just buy and then scrap the ship. If you don't have money, there are so many money methods out there that I'm not even going to go into it. Once you have enough money, then you'll be able to just buy ships for their parts, and that's basically what I've been doing. Basically, what I would do is I would come over to this guy, and you would offer, to buy his ship. So it's a Class B, so you already know it's going to be like $10 million freaking dollars. Very close, 8 million. I would stay away from B's, A's, and S classes because you're going to pay up the ass for those. I would just try to find Class C ships to buy. I'm not going to buy this, but let's say I did. Let's say I bought it. So now my starship is this ship, right? When you purchase a new ship, it automatically becomes your primary ship. So then what we can do to just make this really easy, all you do is you just go back into the teleporter, as opposed to, this is why we have the teleporter, because if I didn't, I'd have to jetpack all the way up there, and it's a pain in the booty hole. It's better to just do this, then go here, and now we're in my base. All I gotta do is walk down these dirty stairs, because my base hasn't loaded in yet, and then go through this teleporter. And I take this teleporter, and I go to the space station that's in my current system, and you'll see, look how fast it loads. It literally takes a second because we're in the same system. So now, here we are. All I got to do is run over here, scrap the ship for the part, and that's it. So that in a nutshell is my method. Like I said, I recommend building a base near a trading post and just hang out on your base, wait for a ship you like, head down to the trading post, buy the ship, go through your teleporter to get back to your base, head to a space station, and sell it for the part. Even traveling back to your base from that space station, it really doesn't take that long. As you'll see here, it should load in the next 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So it's a little longer than I thought, but you get the point of what I'm saying. In conclusion, I just want to say that you can only build 3 types of ships: haulers, explorers, and fighters, I believe. Those are the only 3 that you can do. You can't scrap sentinel ships, solar ships, living ships. Put in the comments if I miss one. I think there might be one more that I'm not thinking of, but those ships, don't even bother with, because you will not be able to get parts from them. I might be getting the names mixed up, but check out that Diplo. Look at that Diplo. He's living his best life. That's what he's doing. Just like in a space station, if you just stand here and wait, I mean, there's no ships. I've just noticed that if you literally if you build a base right next to a trading post and you don't see any ships, go into your base and just start doing something. And within a minute, you're going to hear a ship, and you can look out your window and you'll see they'll start landing. That's my best way to do it. And then, of course, like I said, building the teleporters so that you can teleport from your base to that trading post without having to. It just saves you time when you're, coming back, because, you want to obviously keep the ship you just bought that you're going to scrap as your primary ship, so that you can just come right here to the space station. Because when you come up to this thing, it's just going to do whatever starship, your primary starship. So that's why once you buy the starship that you're going to scrap, you don't want to then get into another ship, because then, it won't be your primary ship. So I think that's about it, everybody. Let me know what you think about the new update. I'm loving it so far. It's very good. See, even here, sometimes we do have ships that come in, but it's just, yeah. I just kind of wanted to go over how to do it, because I was so confused when this update dropped. I was like, how do you get these ship pieces? You literally have to scrap these ships to get the parts, and you can, just keep in mind, you only get 1 part per ship. So if you see a ship and you like 3 different parts on it, you can only pick 1. All right, everybody, so let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what you think of the update. I think that's about it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I should mention about doing this. Just have fun. It's the whole point of this, right? So thank you for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. That's it.